For gold. The Arctic Trail has its secret tales that'll make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen strange sights, but the strangest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake the Mars I cremated Sam McGee. That's who the story's about, it's Sam McGee, so just shout out his name when it comes up. To review, that night on the marge of Lake the Mars I cremated
Sam McGee.
Far out. Now Sam McGee was from Tennessee where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the south to roam round the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say in his homely way that I'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail. Talk of your cold to the park is full. It stabbed like a driven nail. If our eyes we closed, then the lashes froze till sometimes we couldn't see. It wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam
McGee.
On that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the stove, and the dogs were fed and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe. He turns to me and Captain says I'll cash in this trip, I guess. But if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. Then he says with a sort of moan, it's this cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through to the bone. Yet it tain't being dead that's my awful dread. It's the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear that foul or fair, you'll cremate my last remains. Well, a pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. Then we started on at the streak of dawn, but God, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on his sleigh and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. But before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam McGee.
Sam McGee.
Got it. I need that pickaxe back. There wasn't a breath. Got to get this beard trimmed again. That guy down in Angel's Camp, same guy that trims Wesley's hair. There wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, to the corpse half-head that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, now it's up to you to cremate my last remains. Well, the promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, but though my lips were dumb, in my heart, how I cursed that load. In the long, long night by the lone firelight, while the huskies round and ring, howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed heavy and heavier grow. And on I went, though the dogs were fetting, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I often sing to that hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake the Mars, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. I looked at it and I thought a bit, then I looked at my frozen chum. And here, said I, with a sudden cry, I was by a crematorium. Some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. Some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared, such a blaze you seldom see. Then I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuffed in
Sam McGee.
Then I took a hike, for I didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the heavens scowled and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold and the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but stars came out and they danced about ere again I ventured near. I was filled with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. Then the door I opened wide, and there sat Sam, looking cool and calm, in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile, and he says, please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plum Tree down to Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm. There are brave things done, strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who boil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that'll make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen strange sights, but the strangest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake the Mars I cremated.
Sam McGee.
That's about the fourth time I done it, and I wish he'd stay dead. That story was by Robert W. Service, and he was crazy too.
Woo!